Hello and welcome to this special video edition of Kitchen Excellence Week 2021. I'm delighted to be joined by Neil Richards, who is the Managing Director of Metcalfe Catering Equipment, and he's here to chat to me about some of the key trends in food preparation equipment and the sort of issues that operators might face when it comes to this area of their kitchen. Neil, we'll start off by talking about your business. Metcalfe is one of the premier manufacturers and suppliers of commercial food preparation equipment in the UK. How do you balance your portfolio between the equipment that you manufacture and the equipment that you distribute on behalf of other brands?
Yeah, hi Andrew, thanks for the opportunity. Good question. We are both a manufacturer and distributor of other brands. So our belief is we want to differentiate ourselves by supplying the best equipment, not necessarily the cheapest. So whether it's supply or manufacture, we'll only add products to our portfolio if they fulfill a genuine need, either from our dealers or the end user customers, and they're the best quality. Look, ideally, we'd like to manufacture everything we can here at our factory in Snowdonia, sunny Snowdonia today. But you know, economies of scale and skill sets all play a part in determining what we can produce here and what we produce with the help of our manufacturing partners and suppliers elsewhere. So we manufacture our full range of potato processing and chip shop portfolio machines here at our factory. So potato peelers, manual and automatic chippers and batter mixers. So those are all made here. And then we work with world-renowned sort of manufacturing partners, if you like, to produce other products in the Metcalfe range to our specification. So we do that very carefully, and we choose who we work with. With regards to other brands that we represent, the likes of Roband, Halday, Edland, Chiado, Tormek, they're all world-renowned brands in their own right. They're all strong brands producing equipment to the highest quality, which fits in with our philosophy of supplying the market with strong, reliable products, really, and with full backup and service. And really, those brands wouldn't choose us as their partners unless we could do that, and unless that was the case. So really, we all share the same philosophy, and you know, that's how we operate.
Fantastic. Okay. On your website, you carry a quote from the Victorian writer and philosopher John Ruskin, and it reads, "There is hardly anything in the world that someone cannot make a little worse and sell a little cheaper, and the people who consider price alone are that person's lawful prey." I've got a fair idea of what your answer might be to this question, but tell us in your words how that relates to food prep equipment.
Yeah, it's a nice passage actually, and worth reading all of it actually. You can relate it to any product really, but in relation to food prep equipment, essentially it's worth, what we're trying to say is it's worth the operator considering if that piece of equipment they're investing in is strong and reliable enough to do the things it's being bought to do, time after time. They're not just relying on it once, they're relying on it time after time. Now, if the operator buys a cheap piece of equipment and expects it to process volumes that it was not designed to do, then it'll need replacing time after time after time. Okay, and actually the last sentence of the John Ruskin quote, if I can see it properly, is the common law of business balance prohibits paying a little and getting a lot. It can't be done. If you deal with the lowest price, it's well to add in something for the risk you run, i.e. an insurance policy, I guess. And if you do that, you'll have enough to pay for something better, right? So if we apply it to food prep equipment, an operator should look to invest in a piece of equipment capable of doing the job and accommodate future business demands, rather than buy a cheap piece of equipment that'll need replacing often, and it's a false economy. So I guess I love that, the whole passage, and again, it's worth reading, but that is really what we're referring to, is don't run your business under a false economy.
Yeah, great advice, and it probably leads very, very nicely into the next question, which is, you know, your advice around the purchasing of food prep equipment. You know, what should operators be taking into consideration when evaluating, you know, prep equipment that they're told will make their processes in the kitchen more efficient?
Yeah, look, I guess when you're looking at any equipment, you know, it's all relevant to any equipment in our industry, but certainly from our point of view, good quality food prep equipment, they'll have strong components such as heat treated gears, powerful motors, high quality bearings, high torque motors, stainless steel cutting blades, and built-in safety features. And if the operator is prepared to invest in high quality, durable prep equipment from the start, then they'll find that the whole life cost of that equipment is much less when you compare it to cheaper alternatives. There'll always be operators around prepared to buy on price, and that's fine. There's always that case, but you can't buy a cheap piece of equipment and expect them to deliver time after time in harsh food service environments, and also expect high quality service and backup at the same time. It's just not possible. So as a manufacturer and supplier, we try and have control of the components we use, the manufacturing process, and the product quality. And all our supplier partners have the same standards. So, you know, those are just some of the reasons we can offer, for example, a 2-year warranty on slicers and peelers, 3-year warranty on all the mixers, 5-year warranty on some of the Edland can opening or can processing lines, and even Tormek, the T2 knife sharpener, they offer an 8-year warranty on their product, which is kind of unheard of in this industry. So that's what we focus on, and operators need to ensure they select the right piece of equipment for the job that they need the equipment to do today, and has the capacity to help them and accommodate them with higher volumes as their business grows. And you know, with that comes increased yields, better quality produce, better quality products, end products they're getting, and higher profit margins. So you're looking at across the board, really good quality components, machinery, warranties, and backup, and that's kind of what operators should be looking at, I think.
Yeah, sure. And particularly as we're talking about products that are being used, you know, every single day of the week in most instances.
Absolutely.
To what extent would you say the pandemic has altered the food prep market? Are you seeing a shift in the type of equipment that operators are buying at the moment?
Look, yeah, absolutely. It's changed a lot in the last 16 months. So pre-pandemic, the food prep market was seeing demand in sort of traditional machines such as veg prep machines and slicers and peelers, and really I think that was due to the trend for cooking fresh ingredients and massive surge in vegan and vegetarian cuisine, which needs a lot of prep work. We saw a big shift during the pandemic. Obviously business dropped off a cliff, I guess, for most suppliers, but during the pandemic we actually saw an increase in demand for larger food preparation machines, sort of big veg prep machines and mixers. And I guess probably due to the increase in the number of maybe dark kitchens or central production kitchens in operation over the last 16 months, being used for the prep of food in larger volumes, I guess, for home delivery or really for a lot of supermarket prep as well. You know, we've done some business with the supermarket chains with big bits of prep equipment. So that's what we saw during the pandemic, and now over the last couple of months, it's almost gone back to, we're seeing hospitality open up again, and we've seen a trend moving back towards the smaller units again, and into establishments and chains that maybe we wouldn't have considered, maybe we haven't seen before, maybe they wouldn't have considered investing in prep equipment previously. I think it's due to a few things really. The lack of skilled labour around is a problem for kitchens. You know, it's forced operators maybe towards good quality prep equipment to take the strain. You know, we've got equipment, really prep equipment, that can do all the mise en place and produce massive volumes, but down to machines that can produce really delicate cuts like the julienne and concasse of tomato or something, you know, in a fraction of the time maybe you would with staff in the kitchen, if you can get hold of them. Chains as well are looking to get more consistent results, I think. So whereas if they're looking to get more consistent results and margin control across the whole chain rather than rely on different suppliers in different parts of the country. So they're looking at standardizing operations. And I think operators are also realizing that by investing in, let's say, for example, a peeler and a chipper, the margin they can make on in-house prepared produce is far greater than buying in frozen or pre-prepped food. I think all those scenarios are going towards seeing a little bit of an uptake in food prep equipment at the moment.
Okay, fantastic. Metcalfe has been involved in bringing in some real innovation and innovative product in the food prep sector over the years. I'm going to try and put you on the spot here and ask you, when you look back at those launches that you've been involved in, which one do you think has been the biggest game changer from an industry perspective?
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one. There are a lot to think of, but I think I'm going to go. Look, I'm going to go and look at. I'm going to talk about the new Halday RG250 dewash veg prep machine. Halday worked really hard recently and to bring this out. And not only is it a high volume, high quality veg prep machine, Halday have developed a patented smooth coating to coat the outside of the cast aluminium body, which means that all the removable parts on that machine are dishwasher safe, which is a bit of a game changer in the kitchen, I think. It helps with faster prep times, clean times, and for the operator, because of the smooth coating, it helps with hygiene as well. So cutting tools with that machine also are all stainless steel, high precision blades, they're all dishwasher safe. And if you look at all food prep equipment on the market, those are actually really rare features on high volume veg prep machines, on food prep machines. And it just makes the operator's prep time and clean down time a lot more efficient and hygienic. And so you're right, there are a lot of different bits and pieces we brought to the market, but I think that sticks in the mind more recently and it's something different. It's something that is not readily available out there.
Yeah, sure. It really sounds like a product of its time, which is great. And just finally, Neil, as we've discussed so far, you represent a number of the top brands in the UK. Halday, as you mentioned there, Roban, Edlund, Nemco, to name but a few. Can you give us some insight into the level of innovation that you're seeing from those brands at the moment? Have product development pipelines been sort of impacted by COVID, or can operators expect to see plenty of new product on the horizon?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure about a raft of new launches, but certainly I think shutdown in the hospitality industry over the last 16 months, not just in the UK, in the world really, and all over the place, has given us and our partners time to reflect on design and innovation. They're always working on different things anyway, but we certainly took the opportunity to look at different products or upgrading existing products. So we just recently started working with a new mixer manufacturing partner. And we took the decision to make the smaller mixers in the new MP range, so that the 7, the 9 and the 10 litre mixer, all digitally controlled, because we found that these sizes are more predominantly used for pastry and patisserie work. And by having the digital speeds, it offers the user much more control, much more variation of speed, rather than just 3 fixed speeds. It offers them much more variations in speed. And they can much more control, therefore, in doing delicate pastry work, like meringue work or choux pastry or tempering and that sort of thing. So by introducing the digital controls on those lower size mixers, it gives the operator a better choice and better control. So really, also things, Halday. So we've mentioned Halday. They've been very busy. We've already spoken about the 250 die wash or dewash. They've also launched a new RG300 veg prep machine that's capable of sort of 50 different cuts and massive capacity of 2.5 tons an hour. So that's designed for really high volume use. They've just also announced actually that all their products are going to be BPA free. So they've obviously worked hard on that. So that's good news for us and good news for them. Edlund, just thinking of other releases recently, they've had a few products in the pipeline, which I don't know if NRA NAFEM will go ahead or not, but they're going to be launching a few products there, which I can't really talk about. But one of the new manual can openers, They've got features like a four-sided knife and an exclusive Advan coat, they call it, which is a technology which doubles the life of the drive gear. Roband, they just released a new DM31 milkshake mixer with patented design, so it's all sealed, so for hygienic purposes. And let me think, Chiado, they've launched as well. We're just launching with them a new very high volume ES900 centrifugal juicer, which is through the counter pulp ejection and super high volume for juice bars and supermarkets and so on. So none of that has stopped. We're all carrying on with sort of product development, product innovation and improvements. And there are more products to come this year. And I think a lot of the manufacturers actually are still working with one eye on the big shows. So I mentioned NAFEM show. There's obviously a host show in Milan, where a lot of our partners will be launching product. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen there. So they've all been working towards that. Whether it goes ahead or not, I don't know. But certainly, watch this space. We're going to have some more products coming out. Certainly.
Yeah. Great stuff. Well, it certainly sounds like there's lots of innovation going on, and clearly as the market emerges from this time and faces different challenges, that there's going to be the equipment out there that can support that. So, Neil, thank you very much for giving us that insight into the food prep market as it is at the moment, and also thank you for joining us here on Kitchen Excellence Week.
Pleasure, Andrew. Thanks for the opportunity. Really enjoyed it.